A question I get asked about very frequently is, how do you write ad copy? What is ad copy? What goes into it? Is there such thing as good and bad ad copy? Does it really make that big of a difference? We're going to talk about that real quick. I just wanted to address this because I don't want to say it's like a main focal point, but anytime you're creating an ad copy is involved. There is no time where it's not, because even one form of ad copy that we could talk about is having no ad copy. So for an example, if you're on TikTok, you could think of someone's description, or on Instagram, their caption for a post is technically ad copy. That's how it's considered. So for an example, when you see a viral video on TikTok and there is no description, it's just one hashtag versus someone who writes out some funny description, well, those are both forms of ad copy. Now, spinning that to the e-commerce side of things, a lot of people with their ad copy, they focus on mass amounts of words, and what they try to do is explain their entire product practically. My goal with an advertisement is to be like a billboard. When someone's seen a billboard, it's very short. You're driving by it. You have maybe 6 seconds to look, and you got to keep paying attention to the road. So you only have someone's half attention. That is why whatever picture or video you're using is very, very important. Now, I keep my ad copy short. There's multiple different formats. We have a 4-point ad copy, a short ad copy, a questionnaire ad copy, different things that we use. You can find those exact examples and watch us do it live like 10 different times. It's really not that hard inside of our programs that you can find linked below. The thing I want to mention in here about ad copy, and something that you should do, ad copy is something that you get better at over time. It's just like editing a video. It's just like playing sports or working out. It's not something you can do well right away. However, it's so simple. It's a simple concept. There's going to be little tweaks, the use of emojis and capitalized first letters versus non-capitalized first letters, punctuations. All those things play into human psychology. So here's what I recommend. First of all, always look at what your competitors are doing. If you haven't seen a competitor's ad, you're making some sort of mistake, because either nobody's advertising in your space, and that's potentially some crazy opportunity, but more likely it's because something doesn't work. You're trying to advertise something that's so niche and so specific, there isn't really an audience to the point where there's no competitor, right? Someone's pretty much always going to beat you to the punch for just about anything. So the way I like to think about it, I like to look at what other people are doing first. I like to take a look at that. Are they doing something short? Are they doing a long format copy? Because there's people who will write paragraphs and paragraphs. I like to keep it to just a few sentences, sometimes even one sentence. So don't have your goal to be to describe your product. That is the biggest mistake. What I like to think about is have it describe what it's going to be like using, owning, feeling, wearing your product, whatever your product or service may be. So I try to convey an emotion, and then when someone actually goes over to the website, your ad copy is pretty much your product description. So I leave all the facts. Let's say I'm selling a sweatshirt. It's a flex fit, breathable, washable, doesn't shrink in the wash, blah, 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 unisex, got a full-size hood. You give all the facts. That should not be for your ad copy, because that gives someone too much information. You need to almost hook them. That's what it's called. It's a hook. You're enticing them in. You need to get them over to your website first, because remember, wherever you're advertising, it's probably not a native ad, meaning you're a foreign species. You're an invasive species. They didn't go there to see your ad. So you got to hook them in. Usually the best way to do that is by making them feel a certain way. So when you're writing ad copy, my challenge for you, if you're starting your first ad, or maybe you don't think your ad copy is that good, take whatever picture or video, watch it a couple times, just really understand your product and what it's showing in that picture or video, and then write like 5 different versions of ad copy. Try to avoid typically things that you're asking a question like, do you like being cold? When you're selling a sweatshirt, like, okay, dumb question, but you got to be careful with questions, because it can actually be a trigger as a red flag for Facebook. If you're asking questions, they sometimes don't like that. People say, oh, you can't ask questions on Facebook. You can. You just have to be very careful about what you're saying for what product it is. Like, for an example, if you're operating in the medical space or the supplement space, never ask a question, because a question like that and using a question mark in there is going to immediately have Facebook review it, and usually those ads will get rejected. So that happens too much, you're probably going to get your ad account restricted. So it's just things to think about. Ad copy is something you're going to work on over time, and once you find that winning product. So for an example, if you have a winning product right now, first of all, you already know what you're going to be selling for maybe the next 6 months, the next 12 months. Now you can invest time into really learning ad copy, which is just human psychology. So study human psychology. There's books on writing ad copy, which is a very specific book. I don't typically like to read stuff like that. I read more about human psychology. There's a book called Selling the Invisible. Things where you're just learning how to sell and how to interact with people, because everything's a transaction. Everything is a conversation. It's a relationship. It's building trust, and ad copy is no different. It's a very important piece of that. So also, if you have a winning product, make sure to reach out to our advertising agency. We can help you scale that. We can do all the ad copy and everything for you. Also, if you're just starting from scratch, we can partner with you. You can book a free call down below, talk to our client manager, and we don't make money until our clients start making money when we're starting from scratch. So it just depends what we're trying to do. You can book a call down below to learn more about that. I know it's been a very popular thing, is helping people start from scratch. It's a ton of front end work, which is why we definitely don't work with everybody. But if you have sales already coming in for a product, maybe you want to help scaling our brands. Some clients come to us doing 100,000 a month in revenue, some doing over $1 million, and they just want help optimizing, systemizing, and scaling. So we help them do that. We optimize, get a higher margin, a higher AOV, get the product price down, shipping time down as well, and then help them systemize, automating certain things, support people in place, and then we can run all the ads and help them scale. So remove that time, optimize everything, and then start to automate, which is kind of the goal. So anyways, you can just book a call down below if that's something that interests you. If you're kind of taking the solo route with e-commerce, totally cool. That's how I learned. It's a great way to do it, just to kind of throw yourself in the middle of it and hopefully try to avoid certain mistakes and just kind of figure it out along the way. That's exactly what I did when I started. Bought a ton of courses, learned a lot, and it was a super fun journey, you know? So I definitely encourage you, even if you're not started with e-commerce, it is definitely something that is super fun, and you can learn a whole lot about a lot of stuff inside of there. Oh, and I just got cut off, but I hope this video answered that question about what ad copy is, thinking about kind of the billboard mentality with it. Quick, short, to the point, hook, not too much information. Don't stuff it. Keep that for over on your website, okay? So those are some great simple points I wanted to bring to you today. I've got to head off to the airport because I got a flight to catch. And yeah, we should talk about the hoodie, Ecom Season. Subscribe to the Ecom Season channel. You can hit the button down below. Make sure to drop a like on the video. And follow us on Instagram as well, Ecom Season over there. We post pretty much daily. It's a great spot to ask questions, and we just post a bunch of tips and industry updates. So check that out, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.